What's going on, Bardo's Breakdown Tribe? It's your man, Stephen Bardo, coming at you. I know I got a different background and different setup. The sound might not be as good as it needs to be, but I am in Dayton, Ohio. I was selected to be first four commentator, so I'll be on the calls tomorrow night and Wednesday night. So tomorrow night we have Texas Southern versus Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and Wyoming versus Indiana. And then on Wednesday, Wright State versus Bryant. And then the nightcap, Rutgers versus Notre Dame. So I just wanted to come on and give you guys some really quick thoughts because I got to run over to the arena here in a second to go cover the practices and the interviews. So let's jump right into it. Rutgers versus Notre Dame is in one of the first four. A lot of people didn't think that Notre Dame deserved to even be in the tournament. They stumbled. The only really good, Taurus Hayes was good. Dale Terry, good to see you. The only really quality win that Notre Dame has on their resume is the Kentucky win, and that was earlier in the year. So I don't think that Rutgers is really going to have an issue here. Battle tested, a little bit upset with the way that they exited early against the eventual tournament champion Iowa Hawkeyes in very physical, chippy game. But I like Rutgers to advance in this one. Michigan State versus Davidson. This is going to be interesting. Bob McKillop is a wonderful coach. If you guys don't know Bob McKillop, he's either in his 28th or 30th season, might even be more than that, coaching Davidson. He does a wonderful job. Really is a guy that can take you out of what you want to do. So Michigan State wants to get up and down and want to push a little bit. And Michigan State can be sometimes shaky with the rock. Watch that game. Davidson, that's a popular upset pick. Davidson over Michigan State. I like Michigan State in this one, but pay attention to this one. That will be one where people will say, you know what, I can go with that. Next, Indiana versus Wyoming in one of the playoff games. Now, this is something because Wyoming is a quality team. They have a big that's a lefty. That's, he's not nearly as athletic, or he doesn't look as strong as Trace Jackson Davis, but he's an effective scorer on the post. They surround him with like three guys that can torch it from outside, and Maldonado is a dynamic guard. Indiana's going to have a fight on their hands, ladies and gentlemen. This could go down to the wire. I wouldn't be surprised to see Indiana maybe get upset in this one. Maybe not, because they're playing loose now. They're playing free. They broke through and got to the tournament. They may be a little fatigued. We'll have to see. But Wyoming in this one, I don't be surprised if Wyoming wins this game. Purdue versus Yale. I think Purdue continues to have a few issues down the stretch that I've seen, but I think they'll right the ship. And Yale, I don't know a ton about Yale. I do know that they play a style of basketball that I believe they're a little bit more up tempo than the normal Ivy League team. So this game could easily get into the 80s, I think. But I like Purdue in this one. Illinois, number 4 seed versus number 13 Chattanooga. This is going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Chattanooga is a big team. They look more like a Power 5 conference squad in terms of the size they have up front, and they have a little bit of depth as well. And then, their head coach, Lamont Paris, great guy, was an assistant at Wisconsin. They won their conference tournament, the Southern Conference, on a last-second three. So Chattanooga, a formidable opponent, but I think the Illini are going to surprise a lot of people. Not to Illini fans necessarily, but I think that they're going to they'll play free. They've got that sour taste in their mouths from last year's early exit, and they, to me, are in the toughest region. That's an unbelievably tough region, and so they're going to be battle tested the whole way through. But I like Illinois in this one, but there will be some people that will pick Chattanooga in that one. That looks to be kind of a sexy pick. Michigan versus Colorado State. Roddy is a big that does a little bit of everything for Colorado State. He's not a traditional big like Hunter Dickinson. David Roddy may cause some problems for Michigan. And Colorado State's a veteran ball club. They were picked to win their league. Did they win their conference? I can't remember whether they won their conference tournament or not, but this is a formidable opponent. I don't know if Michigan will have enough to win this one. I like Colorado State in this one. Ohio State versus Loyola Chicago. Ohio State is limping into the tournament. I don't know the status of Kyle Young. If he doesn't play, I don't like their chances in this one. Loyola Chicago is not quite the team that they were last year that beat Illinois in the second round, but they still have the same fabric. They have, I believe, 4 players that were in the top 8 in minutes from last year's team, and so this could be one where Loyola can win this one, and it may not come down to a last-second shot. So definitely keep your eye on this one. The Iowa Hawkeyes, number 5 seed, have a very talented Richmond squad out of the A10. The Atlantic 10 had a very good year this year. Richmond is a talented ball club. They've got a great story with Chris Mooney, their head coach. But Iowa's playing their best basketball. I don't think fatigue will be an issue here. I like the Hawkeyes in this one. And to round out the Big Ten teams in the NCAA tournament, Wisconsin versus Colgate. Colgate out of Colgate Lehigh, the Patriot League. That's right. Out of the Patriot League, had a good season. I think Wisconsin's going to be a little bit upset, a little bit pissed off in the way that they kind of limped into the NCAA tournament. Remember, they had this big celebration when they clinched at least a share of the Big Ten title. Nebraska comes in and beats them by 1. Then Wisconsin goes into the Big Ten Conference tournament. Michigan State beats them in their first game. So Wisconsin, anytime you give Greg Gard and Wisconsin a chance to heal up, because Johnny Davis was not 100% in the Big Ten Conference tournament, but he can heal up. And if he has that opportunity to do that, look for them to be really, really formidable. You guys, I want you to check out my page. I put up a free March Madness guide that I think you guys would really appreciate. Go check it out. It's got a lot of helpful information, a lot of things that you can look at to help make your decisions, like top players, what some of their trends are, what they've been doing in their last 5 to 10 games. So check that out. Go to Bardo's Breakdown page or group. It's on both. All you need is your email and you can get it. And I mean, it's all 68 teams. It's a snapshot of all 68 teams. It's a very valuable piece of information. Let me get to your questions really quickly, and then I'm going to skedaddle because I got to get over here to the gym. Let's see. Okay. Captain Fletcher likes Rutgers as his Cinderella team. That'd be interesting. See if they can bounce back. Mike Henry, what's going on, Mike? I think the Hawkeyes will do well. I just hope that I don't think fatigue will be a factor, but you never know because teams that go deep into their conference tournament, that'll wear your body down. It takes a little bit of time to recover. Let me find out where Iowa is on this bracket so we can talk about where they are as the let's see, where are the Hawkeyes? Oh, okay. So they got Richmond first, which I like them in that one. Ooh, Iowa versus Providence. I'm not, and I don't know if Providence will get past South Dakota State. South Dakota State is 30-4, ladies and gentlemen. Providence is 25-5. Although they're the regular season Big East champions, they'll have their hands full against South Dakota State. I do like Providence to get through that one. Iowa and Providence in a second round matchup is tantalizing. That would be good. I can see Iowa. They're changing defenses, giving Providence some issues with scoring, but that will be an interesting one. And then more than likely, Iowa would match up with Kansas in the Sweet 16. So that's a rough that's a rough way to go. Good luck to the Hawkeyes. Steph Devereaux, what's up, Stephen? Good to see you. Michigan State versus Davidson should be a good one for sure. I totally agree. There'll be a lot of people that will pick Davidson in that matchup. I don't know how Michigan made it. Dale Terry, a lot of people are saying the same thing. They don't know how Michigan got in. their record and compare to some teams like Xavier, Texas A&M. There was one more out there that was kind of a question why they weren't in, but that's a good point. What's up, Vinay Mullet? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. What's happening? Who is my Cinderella? That's a great question. Cinderella, meaning, do you mean 4 or down or 3 or down? Like, give me your criteria for that, and I'll come back and answer that. Give me your criteria, and I'll make an attempt at that. Curtis Bonds, how you doing? Billy Hillbring. My Final Four prediction would be Arizona out of the South. I like Auburn. Arizona out of the South, Auburn out of the Midwest. I kind of like I like Baylor out of the East, but I also like Purdue out of the East. I'll say Baylor right now, but I kind of like Purdue. And then out of the West, the West is a gauntlet. I think the South, where Illinois is the toughest region. The West is tough as well. I like Gonzaga out of the West, and so let's say Gonzaga, Purdue, Gonzaga the number 1 seed out of the West, Purdue the number 3 seed out of the East, Auburn the number 2 seed out of the Midwest, and Arizona the number 1 seed out of the South. Billy Hillbring. Hope that helps. How do you feel about Michigan getting in with 14 losses? Yeah, that's a head scratcher. I'm happy for my friend Jawan Howard, but he got a break there. Captain Fletcher. All right. Aaron Champion, I have no faith in Michigan anymore. Loyola Chicago will take out Ohio State. Aaron, there's a lot of people that feel very similar to what you're saying there. David Lager, Boise State won the regular season. I'm trying to remember who won the conference tournament. I don't think Boise State won the conference tournament. But Boise State won the regular season. I'm not sure, but I don't think they won the conference tournament. How is a 13-loss Indiana team better than a 23-8 SMU? Bo Singer, that's a good question. Obviously they'll say that Indiana had a lot, their strength of schedule was stronger because they played in the Big Ten. But that's a good question. SMU is a quality, it has a quality team out of the American Athletic Conference, or Texas A&M. They could go there as well. Thomas Dagley, Iowa can go deep. Illini can as well. Thomas, I agree. I'm just worried. I said at first I didn't think fatigue was going to be a factor, but it could be. Let's see how Iowa plays in their first round matchup. That'll give us a lot of a big time indication of what they might look like. Oh, thanks, Vinay. I'm glad you enjoy the guide. I wanted to give you guys as much information as I possibly could because you all don't, you invest your time with me, so I got to invest my time, my resources, my knowledge back into you all. So, Vinay, thank you, though. I'm glad you appreciate it. Go get that guide, ladies and gentlemen. If you got to turn in a bracket, I think most of the brackets have to go in by noon tomorrow before the first 4 games. And so you got plenty of time, but it's a lot of information like Vinay is saying. So I want you to go get that. Go to Bardo's Breakdown. Go get that free March Madness guide. It gives you all the information to make informed decisions on your brackets. Let's see. Nikki Lane Perkins. I needed that guide before I completed my bracket. I guess some of you guys had to turn your brackets today, which is crazy because the game starts tomorrow. But sorry about that, Nikki. It takes a minute to compile all that information. And you can see my eyes are a little red. Hawkeyes are impressive in the conference tournament. Yes, they were. Dawn Green likes Davidson in that matchup with Michigan State. Dawn Green, you're not alone. M. Brott says Big Ten is going to surprise everybody. They need to. They haven't done much in recent years. They need to surprise some people. Curtis Smith, what do you think of Tennessee? I wasn't really up on Tennessee until late. Tennessee is really good, but they got the Rick Barnes factor. I'm not a big fan of Rick Barnes in tournament time. I don't have a lot of faith in his ability to make adjustments, and that's what the tournament is all about. So Tennessee, a very good team. I'm not high on their coach though. Yeah, Purdue has struggled defensively, and they struggled down the stretch. So we'll see what happens with that. Antonio Hobson likes Gonzaga. I don't doubt you on their partner. Gonzaga, nobody's talking about them right now. Oh, Captain. All right, so Boise State. So Boise State won the regular season and the conference tournament? Oh, wow. Okay, I stand corrected. I think I was looking at the not the Mountain West. I was looking at another conference. I apologize. My apologies. Thank you for the correction. Okay. Let's see. Dory Millman Pets Rio. I need a liner to show up. Yeah, I think they'll be fine, Dory. I understand your cause for concern, but I think they'll be fine. Okay, let me see. Mike Waldboozer. Will the Big Ten do better than last year? Hard not to, Mike. They really laid an egg last year. I think they'll do better than that. I think they'll do better than they did last year. Let me put the link in here for the guide. Let's see. Stephen Bardo. Podia.com/March Madness guide. There you go. Let's see if that'll pop up. So Kenny, I just posted the link to get the guide. I would check out the guide tonight before I complete my bracket. Okay. What would cost Illinois, in my opinion, is guard play. Okay. Everett Gray. Now, hey, you know there was a statistic, and when the young man Imani Bates left Memphis, from the time Imani Bates left Memphis, there's a statistic. The best team in college basketball since that date, Gonzaga was number 1, Memphis was number 2. So you may have something there, Everett. Memphis is red hot, ladies and gentlemen. That might be a game that you need to be in front of the tube on that one. Let's see. What's Jacob Grandison's status? The Illini are better than an NFL football team. Dan, they don't share that stuff. So we'll know when you know. Davidson is solid. I was at the A10 championship, says Michael Payne. Oh, the Atlantic 10 is solid this year. So Davidson, Richmond, they're gonna be tough outs. Curtis Bond says the Big Ten will have 2 teams in the Final Four. That's strong there, bro. That's strong there. There's the guide, ladies and gentlemen. There's the link to the guide for that March Madness guide that you guys can utilize. Do you think Duke can go to the Final Four or out early? Salute, Coach K. I think Duke. If Duke, let me see where Duke is. Let me see. Where are the Dukies? Even though Duke got a number 2 seed and Tennessee got a number 3 seed, that was ridiculous. But I get it. Duke last year for Coach K, they want to send him on a good note, and Duke would play the winner of Michigan State Davidson, then would likely play the winner of Alabama. Alabama is limping into the tournament. So you could very well see Duke go up against either Gonzaga or Arkansas, in my opinion, in the regional final. So Duke has a favorable path to the NCAA tournament. Guys, I got to go. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm sorry I couldn't get to all your questions. I got to get over to the arena. Thank goodness it's not too far down the road here. But I got to get over here and get ready because I've got the first 4 games on Westwood One Radio. Got all 4 of them. 2 tomorrow, which is Texas Southern versus Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Then the nightcap is a good one, Wyoming versus Indiana. Look, hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys tuning in to Bardo's Breakdown. Make sure if you want to join the tribe, there's a number down there, or go to Bardo's Breakdown group on Facebook, and you're in. I'll be coming back with updates and whatnot throughout the tournament. So check back to Bardo's Breakdown for all your March Madness information. Until later, y'all. Holla!